Welcome back to Mark's Garage. Welcome to this episode where we are talking about the Kawasaki Versys 650 and an upgrade that we're going to do today. Specifically, it's about the windscreen. Let's walk over, show you what's going on. This is the stock screen that comes with the Versys 650. It's pretty good for a stock windscreen. But I'm spoiled with some of the other bikes I've got. So I've got great wind protection here on the BMW RT. I've got great wind protection right here on the Spider, the Can-Am Spider Sea to Sky. And really spoiled here because on the Honda Goldwing, I've got the F4 Customs right there. And that is some terrific wind protection. So I'm gonna add a screen. One of my favorite aftermarket screen companies is National Cycle. And so sitting over there on my workbench is a box that came today. So let's go open that up, check it out, and then we're gonna put on the new windscreen. All right, here we are. Here's our package. Here is the label on the end from National Cycle. And that is the V-Stream 20140, N20140. So let's open this up. They do such a nice job with heavy-duty boxes. There it is. There's the windscreen. Let's go ahead and give you a direct comparison. I just unboxed the brand new windshield. The new one has just a slight smoke tint to it. I think it's like 20%, something like that. So if we line up, there's the original. If we line up the whole pattern, right there and there, that'll give you, if you can see, a pretty good comparison. It looks like that will be roughly 3 to 4 inches taller, just a little bit wider, midpoint up, and of course with the V-Stream and how it deflects the air, this should make a big difference. To remove the old windscreen, or the one that's on there now, not that it's old, it's a 4mm hex. We are going to reuse the same screws and the washers, so that's nice. There's not a lot of other hardware we've got to worry about. I don't want to drop these little white nylon washers on the floor here because it'll take me a while to find it on this floor. It's one thing I noticed with the special garage floor coating in this color is that, in fact here, we'll give you a kind of a closer look here. When you drop something like a screw or a washer, it's a little harder to find. We'll hold that with one hand and complete the removal with the other. There we go. So right here we're looking at a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to try to get right over the top of this, and what I've done is kind of lined up the bolt holes here and here, so it'll give you a little bit better idea of kind of the size and the difference there. So hopefully you can see that okay. All right, let's get this new screen installed. We're going to grab a couple of the windshield screws. We're just going to balance this here a little bit. We're going to get this in position where I can get one started on this side just by hand. There we go. Good. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just get that started by hand. Okay, so there we go. Let's get the other two screws started. this side. Well, that went on very well. The tolerances that are drilled in the windscreen from National Cycle are excellent. There was no fiddling around and trying to twist or bend any of that. All right, we'll do just a little bit of tightening here. You don't ever want to over tighten these plastic parts, especially with a windscreen. All right, we've got the new windscreen on. We're gonna push out of the garage here. Fire this bad boy up. Got a great afternoon here. Wisconsin summer's in full gear. All right, let's take a look here at the bike with the new windscreen. All right, moment of truth time. Okay, just in this first little run, here's what I've noticed. With the previous screen, even at a slower speed, the wind is coming over the top of the old screen, hit me right in the face in the helmet. Did not have that. But let's see what it's like here as we pick up to 30, 40, and 50 miles an hour. So I did not have my internal microphone going here in my helmet, so I'm doing this voiceover to give you just a little recap of how the new windscreen is working. I first can tell you that I'm very happy with it. Here we're running 47, 48, 49 miles an hour, and it's a huge difference. I could have my face shield flipped up on my helmet, and I wasn't getting any wind there at all into my face or into my eyes. And I thought, boy, not that I'm promoting that, but if I was just wearing a baseball cap, it would stay on. It would not fly off. So just giving you a good testimony here that this windscreen, the mid-size windscreen, really does a great job. Here, I'm going to just make a left turn, come on to the back side of Road America, where we will cross the tracks here, go up the hill, and what I wanted to do is just do one adjustment of the windscreen. The Kawasaki Versys has adjustability, so I can raise it and lower it. I don't have it all the way up. I think what I was going to do is take it all the way up just to see what that does. And then we'll give that a ride back home. But overall, very happy with how this works, and it's something else. Here we are turning into Road America, Gate 4. It's real close to turn 3 at the racetrack, so this is a great spot just to take a moment, raise or lower the windscreen correctly. And what I'm doing is figuring out how to do that. This is new to me as well, but there's a little release button there at the bottom. My gloves are a little slippery for that, but reaching around to the front, and then I can raise that, of course, all the way to the top. So that's how that works. And the wind protection got even a little bit better with it in the all the way high positions. So if I'm out in the rain, this is going to work out great. So anyway, that's just a quick overview of what my early impressions were of how well it worked. Thanks for coming along and learning about the Kawasaki Versys windscreen update from National Cycle. Really appreciate that. If you have a Kawasaki Versys, let me know what you've done for any windscreen updates. I can certainly recommend this from National Cycle for sure. So thanks again for tuning in. As always, and until next time, take care.